Yeah, what were some of like jokes or pranks you and the crew pulled on each other? Did you take some initiation joke when you came into the show?
Well, yeah, I think the producers played a big joke on us by telling us we had to go to boot camp. Was the first thing, and we did. Anyone who was in a military role, except for the admiral, went to this like boot camp just outside of Vancouver. And we had an ex-Marine train us, and we did got up at 6 a.m. the first morning to do PT. It was gruesome, and I had known a little bit ahead of time, so I tried to go to the gym for I would get on the bike for 15 minutes, and I'm like, okay, and then what they had us do was really, really hardcore. And they taught us how to wear everything. That was really, really important, was to get all of the, our pins straight, our collars, our shirts tucked in, and if we were ever missing anything, this was the worst. And I think they do this in the military. I didn't bring my pen in my pocket or something. And so everyone else had to do push-ups. And it's oh, you so don't want to be that person, So we did go through that, and we were gonna have to go do PT the next morning. And we could barely move, you haven't used certain muscles for a long time, and you're like, oh, I didn't know I get hurt there. And so they woke us up at 6 a.m., supposedly to do physical training again, and they're like, just kidding. What you're gonna do instead is watch the original Battlestar Galactica. And then we're like, yeah, maybe we should do physical training again. It was a very tough decision. No, it was actually really cool. We all got to watch the old show and laugh about the hairstyles.
They didn't make you watch 1980, right? Battlestar 80.
Is that the movie? No, just the original. Yeah, it was cool. And then, as far as other pranks on set, I seem to remember Jamie dropping his towel more than once, just to shock people. Because he was in a towel for several scenes. There was this one awesome take where the actress that plays Duala, Candace, she had a scene where she was talking to Colonel Ty, and they were walking down a hall. And what she did, she just showed up, immediately walked into the scene as they yelled action, wearing a tiara. Just super random, and so he went with it. She started talking, and then he just went with the scene, because he's quick like that. You try to pull one over on him and try to crack him up, but he's tough, and she was cracking up more than he was. She was like, okay, knowing that she had the tiara on. So mostly just fun things like that. Aaron was always trying to crack me up. He'd make fart sounds, because he's so mature. Fart sounds right when they would yell action, we'd have this serious scene. He'd be like, oh. We also had this thing where he would take a screw and somehow find a way to put it in my pocket. So every once, when I was wearing the jumpsuit, just like that, and every once in a while I'd reach in my pocket, I'm like, whoa, what is, he's like, oh, I thought you wanted a screw, no. And I was like, but then it became this thing where I would get it back in his secretly, and then he'd find it later, so it became kind of this running joke. Probably there's more, but nothing else is coming to mind right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was Edward right? Did it actually change your life?
I don't think I'd be here. In such a big way. I mean, it's hard to say because it's not like I have anything to compare it to, but there are so many experiences and opportunities that I certainly would not have had I not been on the show, and I'm so grateful because, like I said, I really didn't know what I was signing up for. If it was different where I have friends who kind of came into the show halfway and they were so excited. They had already seen some of them and they just were calling their agents every day to try and get on the show. And I just felt like, oh my God, I can't believe that I fell into this in a way. Like when my agent called me and said, you know, there's this new sci-fi show and go to the audition. And I mean, it's always exciting, of course, and I wanted to get the job, but I really had no idea how huge it was going to be. And then it was also during a period of my life, I think I started when I was 21 to 25 or 6, so that's kind of a time where you grow a lot, and that definitely helped me grow in ways that I don't know how else I would have experienced my life during that time. Once I was meeting up with him, and I saw him, I was like picking him up, and he was standing there outside of his apartment building practicing his lines. And I was like, the dedication of that for someone at that level where, I mean, it may seem normal to you, but I have to say there are a lot of actors who show up to set and you get like this little mini script of what you're going to film that day in your trailer, and they just sit there and flip through it. And there's a lot of leeway in TV and film because you can do it over and over and over. It's not like theater where you have one chance to get it right. So sometimes people get lazy. And just that he cared that much, and he put in so much effort, and really also cared about the people. Like he always made sure that everyone was okay and asked how they were doing. Really, I think, set the tone for the whole set. And even the crew was like that. Like people were there because they were excited about the show and they cared about the show. And it's not usually like that, unfortunately. You know, I wish it was. I wish people really valued and understood what they have. But yeah, I was very fortunate on Battlestar that we had that throughout. Yeah.
You were thereabout or that invited to CyphanCon?
Yes.
Yeah, you're.
I've never been.
All my year.
Pardon?
You're on screen.
Yeah.
All my year.
I don't know why that doesn't surprise me at all. It would be so fun. The last few years, although I haven't, that I know about, I don't know if I've been officially invited, but I usually have a trip that I go away that weekend every year. So this year, though, I think it ends early, and I think, have the time to go, but apparently the roster is just packed.
You know, he just shows up.
He does, yeah, I know.
Even invited this year.
Are you serious?
No, it's like, wasn't even invited, he just showed up.
Oh my
First of all,
God.
you're just sitting outside.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, and he knows everybody, and everyone buys him drinks, and yeah, so. I would love to go if I can make it. If I can make it work. I hear it's big,
Huge.
right?
Huge.
Yeah, really.
They expanded it to another hotel from last year.
Wow. How many people have been to DragonCon here? A lot? Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I hear that it's the one. That and Comic-Con, which I went to for the first
So
time.
coming fresh to party this year.
Pardon?
Coming fresh to party this
Okay,
year.
we'll see, we'll see. I don't know, I hate to be that person though. You know, like, it just doesn't,
I don't think anybody would really mind.
I know Aaron kind of probably like numbs that feeling in his own way, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, right, if I show up, I'm like, where's my VIP pass? They said.